Welcome, welcome.
What up? Part 2.
Part 2 with our buddy Tom.
Part 2.
Yes, everybody, welcome Tom.
He's got his chair table for his glass of wine.
Wine, very good wine.
He can freshen you up there whenever you need be.
Powder me up.
Let's do this.
Wow, that wine's hitting hard.
It's a hard hitting
My
wine.
vision's kind of blurry. This looks like shit.
Hey.
Double vision already?
Where was I? Yes.
Sweet.
Oh no!
Yeah, you can't get into fights at this point, can you?
Oh, I know, which is
You
what
kept
happened
dying
last time.
last time.
But it's okay. We have to run away from this guy. Then he kind of wanders off. And she has a minor epiphany.
I can do something.
Can't we stop it? It's no use, it's not responding! Cosmos is starting up in auto mode. Huh? Wait a sec. We disabled that mode after the incident. Only the Chief's terminal can enable it. Damn it! Why now?
Damn it all!
Unless it's reacting to Gnosis. Where's the Chief? She should be heading this way, but the regular UMP channels are congested and I can't reach her. And the emergency line? I'm trying it now.
Oh, we're not gonna get Ubicore tonight.
What? What's he doing?
He's gotta go to bed early.
God damn it.
I don't know. The power just suddenly... Huh?
I was never quite sure what time it is for him.
Oh, yeah, actually not either. I know it's a
It's
big
usually
difference
pretty
for,
late, yeah.
Kyler. Actually, no, I think he's in Oklahoma, but like, he has to get up early and stuff.
So, was it Kyler that had like a 12-hour difference?
No, that was the dude in Russia, right? Unstable sorcery.
You guys had to do from what? Russia tuning in?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. How do you find you?
I don't know how Unstable Sorcery came across this stream.
He dropped in on one of my really late night solo streams, and just kind of caught on then. He's only really been on a couple of our dual streams because it's way different for him.
Yeah.
The time difference.
I think it's exactly a 12-hour time
That's
difference.
wild.
Something like that. It's the Nerdles. It's Circuitry. What's up, Circuitry?
What's up, Circuitry? It's the Nerdles +1.
Trading off?
Hmm?
What do you mean? I'm not playing.
I do want to figure that out. Like, we do need to trade off at some point.
Yeah, we'll figure that out for sure. We're having enough problems with OBS at the moment.
Just to stack up a few more on top of that.
Yeah, right.
So,
I'm thinking I might play some stuff after this though, on stream.
what have you been playing?
I still gotta get through Yoshi's Island. I've been playing in like a week.
Hmm.
Hey Kyler, what's up?
Hey, what's up, man?
We were just wondering if you'd show up today.
Yeah, that sounds like a good thing.
Yes. I love catching up on sleep. Ugh. Space lobsters.
Space lobster. We were just watching one of the seasons of Archer, and everything gets space appended to it.
Space added to it. I haven't seen much Archer.
Oh my
It's
god!
kind of funny, but like I don't know. I didn't ever really catch on to it.
The new season just started like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Nice. I just started watching the Coven season of American Horror Story.
Oh, that's my favorite.
That's what Rebecca, my friend who I'm watching it with, that I haven't ever seen American Horror Story, and she's like, it doesn't really matter if you start with season 1 because every season's a different. It's like an anthology.
Yeah, no, they're all different stories.
Yeah. So he's like, we should just start with the best one, which is season 7 or whatever that one is. I think it's 7. Coven or Coven.
the COVID season.
No, I said Coven because actually there's this movie called American Movie, and it's about these filmmakers who are, it's like a documentary type of movie, and it's about these filmmakers who are making a movie, and in order to do that they have to finish this other movie to get them funding for it, and they're kind of like bum hicks, and the name of the movie is Coven, like for a bunch of witches, and someone's like, you mean Coven, right? And he's like, no, it's Coven, and he's like, no, Coven. And he's like, no, Coven, because man, oven said that Coven sounds like oven, man, and that's dumb. And like, it's hilarious.
What?
Like, if you wanted it to be Coven, you'd have to put like an umlaut over the O.
Coven.
But the movie itself is really funny. It's basically a documentary about making movies on a really low budget and stuff like that.
Is it a B movie?
It's a B documentary kind of movie thing. I think you'd like it if you saw it, but it's kind of hard to describe.
Fair enough. All right. I'll try to find Coven.
No, it's called American Movie. And the movie that they're making is Coven in the movie. American Movie. It's complicated, but yeah, just watch that.
This sounds very deep.
The reason I know about it is because the James Rolfe, the dude who plays the Angry Video Game Nerd, put it on his list of like favorite movies, and that's his favorite movie about making movies.
Whoa. All right.
So I watched it. I thought it was really good. It's very fun and informational.
Fun and informational?
Yes. About how to make movies.
Making movies?
Yeah. Tyler, yeah, well, I'm liking the game a lot. I'm very glad to see graphics I can actually understand.
I've come this far, I can't lose now.
I think I'm dead.
Why? No. But you guarded.
There's no guarding against it.
So we gotta do that all over again, huh?
Well, excuse me.
Oh, it's Tim, right?
Tom?
Tom.
Tom, sorry.
What's up?
He's sitting in with Ben. Guest spot.
Oh, yes.
Oh, who's your friend?
Also kind of working.
Yeah, he is hanging out, working / drinking.
Best time to get work done.
Yeah, Kyler, that is normal. We haven't put the Hilbert effect in yet, so everything, all the Gnosis kills us in like a second. One hit kills.
It needs the Hilbert.
I need the fucking better camera.
Oh, yeah, it looks like the Gnosis got your camera.
What console?
I'm stuck in the
PlayStation
Zohar.
2?
This is PlayStation 2?
It's PlayStation 2, buddy.
Wait, I thought this is PS1.
Oh, ouch!
PS1 could never do this.
Whoa, I think we need to show you some Xenogears to
I
Can
mean,
we stop it? It's no use. It's not responding.
level off your expectations here.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Wait a sec. We disabled that mode after the incident. Only the Chief's terminal can enable it. Damn
you
it.
should do a poll.
Why now?
Oh, Kyler, this is normal. This is playing on
Where's
an
the
official disc on a real PlayStation 2. There's a mod for this game also? Also, I
think he
feel
was
like
asking
I
because he got one-shotted by the Gnosis.
shouldn't be asking this.
Yeah, there's a mod
Understand
for
why.
this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious who among your viewers is a Scrubs fan?
Scrubs.
Scrubs? Has anyone seen Scrubs?
I've seen like all of that show almost.
What?
See?
Yeah, I mean, Ben, we watched it a lot.
What? No, we didn't. We've never watched
Scrubs,
that.
the show from like the early 2000s. It was on like we were right after high school.
Yeah,
It was all the
exactly.
time.
We never watched it.
The power
Oh.
just leaves.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
I mentioned it in
I watched
passing.
it, yeah.
I mentioned it in passing on the strong assumption Ben was well aware.
Oh shit! No, Kyler's seen it also. Okay,
Yeah, it's a super popular show. I think
Uh,
most people our age know the show.
I think I'm the odd man out. I've heard of it. I've just never watched it.
Oh, you never watched it?
Mm-mm.
Okay then. Well, then it must. Yeah, definitely must have been someone else.
And I
But,
mean,
like,
it's
yeah,
been on for like a
almost all
lifetime
of
and
it.
a half.
Yeah.
Like, isn't it like still syndicated?
I guess that's what we saw based on Roku search. So I revealed to Ben that one of the Bobs from Office Space is Dr. Cox. And I thought that was
Yeah.
huge news. And he had no idea what I was talking about.
I knew the Bobs from Office
Right.
Space
But not Dr. Cox.
because I didn't watch the show.
Right.
But now
I
I'm
know
like
Dr.
fascinated.
Cox
I was
from,
like, wait, I need to see the
No,
show.
he's
now.
like a huge figure on the show.
Dr. Cox is also in Highlander 2, The Quickening.
What?
What?
I didn't even know there was a Highlander 2.
Oh my god, so you need to
Oh
watch
wait, no.
that.
Highlander 2 is the not so great one.
It's gloriously bad.
Oh,
Like,
God.
you should watch it.
The Immortals are basically aliens from another planet, and they're like
Zor-
punished to go to Earth, where they become mortal.
Yeah. It makes zero sense.
Well, some of my favorite movies are gloriously bad.
Well, I mean, so you probably would like this.
I
and there's like
probably
this
would.
dome around the entirety of Earth to like keep out the sun or something like
Oh my
that
God,
because
I love
it's like
it.
the
I love
atmosphere's
it.
fucked over.
Yeah, there was some ecological disaster, and Duncan saved
Duncan.
everyone, didn't he? But he's
Duncan's
also like 90 years old.
The cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. He's all old, and then he like gets killed again, and then all of a sudden he's like immortal again or whatever, and young. Makes no sense. And those
Yes.
stupid little like gremlin henchmen dudes are like ah! all the time.
Oh man. No, it's been.
Bean, yeah, jeez Louise, what the heck?
It's Connor.
It's been a sweet decade since I've watched it.
Michael Ironside's in that movie too. I love him. He plays General Katana and wields a broadsword.
Well, that's just incorrect.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
Makes no sense.
I feel like, Tom, you're gonna tell us about some movies?
Was?
I thought so.
Oh, B movies?
Yes.
Oh, for sure. There's The Ginger Dead Man, which is kind of my
Yeah,
go-to.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah, I prefer the sequel, The Ginger Dead Man 2, The Passion of the Crust.
Oh my
It's
god.
probably the best one.
Yikes.
But
Yikes.
there's things killing. We watched Velocipaster, which I thought was too try hard.
Velocipaster, like, oh my god, from like the poster art, I don't know where we found it.
Yeah, I think you messaged it to me like.
I was
late
like,
at
we need to
night
watch
when-
this
yeah.
immediately. Velocipaster.
Zombievers, that's a classic. Oh, Lava Lantula is one of the better ones.
Oh my lord.
There's a
Sounds like
volcano
like
that
evil
emerges in
dog
the middle of
like
downtown
truth
LA,
and stuff.
and the lava it spews also has like mutant tarantulas, but it also has an avalanche.
Oh my god. Ben, have you showed Tom RoboGeisha?
Oh my god! Wait, you showed me at least the trailer for that.
I would have mentioned it, yeah.
They had that
haven't
weird
watched-
mumbling over
So
the trailer. And
disturbingly
it was kinda
weird.
weird.
Yeah.
It looks super cool, but is there really a whole movie out of that?
It's an entire movie, yeah.
Does the joke last?
Yes. Because it gets more and more ridiculous. Like,
Maybe we
it never, like, is the same joke over and
Alright,
over. It's, like,
maybe we should check
building
it out.
on how crazy it gets. Like, yeah.
I'm down. I'm down to watch that. Why can these ghosts not get through these physical barriers?
Makes
They
no
can
sense,
sometimes, but only when it applies to the plot.
Yeah, plot convenience clipping.
Oh, Kyler! I love it! I only know Highlander is because my mom has a huge crush on Adrian Paul. He's a sexy beast.
He's the pretty boy. Although, Christopher Lambert, man. He kills it as Raiden.
Oh, 100%. It's like the sexiest Raiden I've ever seen. Freshen you up there, son.
I'm not that flexible, sorry.
Oh god. Don't trip on the carpet.
Oh no, is it red?
It is red.
Always red.
Actually, yeah, it usually is red. Ooh, Adrian Paul equals better than Christopher Lambert.
I didn't see a whole lot of
I would agree.
Highlander stuff with Adrian Paul. I saw most of the stuff with Lambert.
I think I would agree with that.
But I did see some of the show with you, and I think I saw some with another roommate, and then that last movie, Endgame. Or I don't think it was the last game. It was one of the later ones.
It is.
Had Adrian Paul in it as well.
Yep, they have like some crossovers sometimes.
Yeah. Oh my god, and Lambert looked pretty bad in the Endgame too. Terrible haircut. He was looking super old.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
So okay, whatever.
Just throw it in the towel.
I think it'll be better if I just do it in the morning.
Oh shit.
Puppy's named Connor, not Duncan. See, there's a testament. Not
Wait,
much,
is
though.
he named Connor because of Highlander or other reasons?
Connor, John Connor,
Ooh.
Roseanne Connor. From Highlander. Excellent. It's too bad that the villains in Highlander never really got as good as the Kurgan. Because he was a badass.
I love the Kurgan.
Yeah. I like that Clancy Brown, I think his name is. He's a freaking cool actor, too. Well, that's fitting. Just watched some Evil Dead movies the other night. Watched 2 and the remake.
I feel like we should add that to the list.
Have you seen the remake, Ben?
I don't think so.
Oh, dude, you really need to see it. It is freaking great. It is straight up a horror flick. Balls to the wall horror, and like really good practical effects, very minimal CG blood and stuff like that.
Sounds like the
I
kind
think
of
you'd like it. Hey, Tori and Legend, what's up? Welcome back.
Hey, what's going on?
But you have seen Evil Dead too, right?
I have.
Okay. Yeah, I showed my roommate the remake, when we watched it, and then he's like, he watched it the very next day again because he liked it so much. Then we watched The Exorcist.
Oh my god, The Exorcist is classic.
Yeah, it's really good.
One of the best suspense films. I love, especially in the latter quarter of that movie, there's like almost no audio whatsoever.
Yeah, no kidding. I think the movie could benefit for better pacing. The beginning is really slow, but once everything starts happening about halfway through the movie, I think it really gets going.
Yeah.
Like from then on, it builds well.
It takes a bit for it to kind of escalate.
I remember my discovery story for that. I mean, I had obviously heard that it's like one of the best suspense films, but I'd never seen it. I was browsing channels in like high school late at night, unable to sleep, and I didn't have any sort of like TV UI that told me what was on TV. But all I know is I was like going through channels, and there was this scene where there was like no audio at all, and it stood out so much against like everything else as I was flipping through channels. And it grabbed me, and I ended up leaving it on for like the last about 10 minutes, and it turned out that was like the last 10 or 15 minutes of the whole film. And then like a week later, I like went. This was like in the days of Blockbuster, so I like went to Blockbuster. I like figured out what the movie was, and I like went to rent it because I was so amazed by like, I guess like that just screenwriting of the film itself.
It's a really well put together movie, except for that first bit, in my opinion. Like
With
the
freeze?
shot composition and transitions and stuff. I think are really good.
What's at the beginning? Is that like the priest, right? There's like a party.
No. The very beginning starts off with a different priest, and he's like doing some like archaeology stuff, and it just takes some really good long while for anything to like make sense.
What the hell do you think?
Sounds like Game of Thrones.
Like an idiot. We thought you were a Gnosis.
Look, I've got my own problems to deal with.
Have you seen that movie?
Here I am getting attacked by the Gnosis. I'm getting lost at every turn, and
Exorcist.
Yes.
Don't give me a hard time right now.
What the hell? Lost? You're the idiots who built this ship.
I'm not with the fleet design department. I wouldn't know a thing about ships.
We're on DEFCON 1 alert. What the hell is a civilian like you wandering around the ship for?
Well, I've got an emergency. I'm worried about Cosmos.
What the hell is Cosmos? Ah, never mind. Deal with it later. Just get to a shelter and stay put.
Believe me, if I could, I would.
Damn drug addict.
Don't you?
I just told you, Cosmos is...
Ah, shut up. Hey! They're coming! Get back!
I feel like that basically means they all
Lieutenant! What?
are dead
Think I'm deaf or something? You...
because they can't hurt them.
Hey, you! Get away from the wall!
Ah!
It's like the Ghost Army in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
They're fucked.
can't hurt them. You're just shooting at nothing.
Only the King of Gondor can harm them.
Are you okay?
Yeah, thanks.
That's good. Shion, you need to get out of here. Just go down this corridor past Section E to the hangar. You know about the escape pods there, don't you? Well, that's where they are. Please use one and abandon ship immediately.
Is this
And do you
being
know
made in
others?
Japan?
We'll hold them off here.
Yeah.
You've got to hurry.
Ben, I think you like the Riddick movies. I never really watched them.
Riddick movies? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, especially the first one. Like, kind of as cliche as that sounds. Yeah, like the first Pitch Black. Because, like, later they came out with, like, Chronicles of Riddick, Chronicles of Riddick 2, or, like, whatever it was. Pitch Black was super unique for what it was. I really liked that one. Oh, sorry, Tom, you were saying?
Remember what we were
Japanese
born for.
game makers will make
It's
people
all
like
right.
folks their
This is what we
protagonists.
were born to
Very
do.
fascinating.
That is kind of a thing.
What do you think you're doing? Get back here and engage the enemy!
For what? Just shooting the walls.
They literally can't hurt them. It doesn't do anything.
One movie I've been meaning to watch, I've never seen before, is called Dead Alive. Have you heard of that one?
Dead Alive?
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
It's a Peter Jackson movie, actually. He did, like, splatter horror before he did Lord of the Rings.
What?
Yeah, it's supposed to be, like, one of the very goriest movies ever.
Oh.
Like,
What?
It's the gallons of blood.
By Peter Jackson?
Oh, I thought that
Yeah.
sounded familiar. I look
Yeah.
up
At
like
one-
glorious movie lists, and I've seen that
Uh-huh.
before.
Uh-huh. At one point, he's got like a lawnmower, like picked up and held in front of him, and he got it on, and he's just like mowing through a big pile of people.
I love that.
Jesus. Peter Jackson, what happened to you?
I mean, I hear that in some of the action scenes from Lord of the Rings, you can kind of tell where his horror roots come from. I mean, I bet it'll be more apparent once you've watched some of the horror. I mean, once I have anyway. So I'm excited to watch it.
I had no idea he made horror movies.
Yeah, I only kind of recently learned about it, but I'm excited to try, see what he was like.
Delta sector has gone silent. Fire control net functionality.
Yeah, I'm a big horror movie fan, Kyler.
Fire control. What's going on
This
down
whole
there?
arm is going to be horror
Take out
movie
the
tattoos.
mothership. We can't. We're too close to fire the cannons.
There's a breach in the reactor room.
Emergency core shutdown. Switch to
What's some of the last movies you've seen, Kyler?
70%.
Realistic ones. Alright. Oh, less realistic ones. Like Disney animated or Disney live action like Mulan?
Reinforcements?
Disney horror, I feel like I would pay to see that.
117th. We're engaged with the Nova
Like Hocus Pocus was Disney horror.
17.
Oh, I
Was that horror though?
I guess it was
I
Disney
mean, it
horror.
was spooky.
Spooky. I'd call
This
it.
is the crew.
Yes.
Nightmare Before Christmas,
Ooh.
kind of
Question about it.
scary-like.
They're after that thing.
Different topic.
Logic drive down.
There's if you like gore, it's not horror movie, but one of the goriest films of all time, and one of the best B films. Like it's a terrible film, and it's great. It's great. Ricky O, the story of Ricky, and in the title alone, Ricky is spelled differently both times, which in and of itself is beautiful.
Right.
Uh,
I've heard of that movie before. I've never seen it though.
Yeah, it's I've shown. I don't know that we sat and watched it. We were with a group of people, and the movie, the plot. There's nothing really to the plot, so I kind of just fast forwarded from like epic ridiculous scene to epic ridiculous scene.
Right.
But it's the kind of movie where like his forearm gets sliced open and his tendon is cut in half, and he like bites it and pulls and then like ties a knot with his like tendon and continues fighting. It's so stupid.
I've seen that scene.
Yeah, and then of course in like later in the film, like the next scene, he has like a normal arm. It's like not damaged at all.
Kyler, I don't really like the Saw series all that much either. I'm not a big fan of like.
So
actually, I do like.
So
Saw.
Tom
It's like
likes Saw,
It's a guilty
but
pleasure.
I agree with Kyler. I'm not into like the Gorefest movies. I don't really like those. Tom,
In defense of Saw, I will say I acknowledge they all suck after the first two. I think the first two are genuinely good, somewhat dramatic films.
I thought the first one was a good idea, and then I
Yeah.
slowly lost interest.
Yeah, they get real bad real quick.
Yeah. But I like really gory movies, but I don't like the torture gore. I like people like getting like sliced up by like a madman or something like that. Or
No, I
like,
don't like any of that. Like crazy slasher movies, not so much. Like the Gorefest, definitely not. I remember watching Hostel.
Hostel's intense.
And
I
don't
really
like Hostel.
The scene with the eyeball.
That was the worst ever.
God, no, like I don't even remember the scene with the eyeball. I just remember the scene with the tendon.
I only remember the scene with the eyeball.
Yeah, there's also the scene with the Achilles heel.
Yeah, the Achilles
yeah.
heel.
That happens in Pet Cemetery too.
It does?
Yeah, the little boy slices the Achilles heel with a scalpel.
Oh, in the OG.
Oof.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I never saw the new one.
Yeah, I saw the new one is just sort of reversed.
Oh.
The new one's good.
Oh, I'll check it out.
They're both good.
Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Yes!
That is a fun horror.
That is a good one.
Yeah, fun horror is some of my favorite too. Like Evil Dead is super gory, but it's also fun.
Definitely.
Or Evil Dead 2, that is.
Dale and Tucker versus Evil.
Oh yeah.
It's an epic movie.
I think I showed that to you, or did you know about
I
it?
want to say I saw that in my hometown.
Oh shit!
But
You're I think the two of you are maybe the only two people that I know of that actually like that movie. I love Dale and Tucker versus Evil.
Yeah, that one was a fun one.
I think of that movie as being
showed it to me too.
that movie in the literal sense, although it also reminds me of the movie with the title, but like in the literal sense, it's very Cabin in the Woods-esque. And then, so of course, it makes me think of Cabin in the Woods, which is also a pretty epic, quote-unquote, horror movie.
I have that movie, but I never watched it.
Oh, but you know the general idea? You know what happens?
Yeah, I know the twist in a general way, but I don't really mind if it's spoiled. It's still probably going to be a good movie.
It's definitely an interesting movie. For sure, mm-hmm. I was intrigued pretty much the entire way through.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, Joss Whedon's a good writer anyway, so. I like the first Resident Evil movie, dude. And my favorite zombie movie is probably either the Dawn of the Dead remake or the original Day of the Dead. Those are really good zombie movies.
Oh no, wait. So we're gonna talk about Train to Busan, yes, but Roy, you've hit on a key topic here.
What?
Well, it's all the way it's been sold to me. So Ben and I have a mutual friend, Ruth, and up until about 2 to 5 years ago, I just hadn't seen any movie that ever existed. Like, you name it, I didn't see it. I think I've been catching up at a good clip. There's obviously still...
Sounds like you know what you're talking about with some movies, so yeah.
Yeah, but there's still, like, when you start from that much of a deficit, there's probably still, like, a big gap that you need to get to. But so they were like, oh, one film series you definitely need to watch is Resident Evil. The first one's so good, but the rest of them are terrible. But you need to watch them. But they're all so bad, but you need to watch them. And I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you, you're not selling this series.
Right.
And they kind of have all I guess you both said the first one's kinda good, and now you're adding to that. But even with the first one, they're like, it's not great, but you need to watch it. And I was like, if you look at how many movies I need to watch, I feel like the one that's not great isn't even on my radar yet. Like,
if you want to watch a really, truly, amazingly great video game movie, Mario Brothers the movie.
Oh, with like the awesome weird
live action.
Bowser's like a guy with like slick back hair, and there's like a
Yeah,
weird
Copper
lizard
Baby.
Yoshi.
Everyone hated that movie, but fuck all that. It is a great, amazing movie. It is so much fun.
He's absolutely right.
I saw it when I was like very young, very young.
Like,
6 or something.
I honestly feel we're not going to get any objection from anybody where we're talking about Resident Evil and like, you know what? If you've ever played Resident Evil, you've ever heard of it, you should just watch the first one. It's fine. Right.
The first Resident Evil movie is worth watching, but it's not as fun as Mario Bros.
I'm down. I'll watch the first. I will watch the first one. I'm not. Let's not commit to the whole series.
Oh wait, Kenshin, Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, with the double blade, the reverse blade.
I don't know that one.
Yeah,
That's
no,
an anime.
so that's an anime. It's like 100+ episodes. It's very long, I think. It's very, very, very good.
He's like a former samurai who was, I guess, evil or immoral. Took more lives than he should have, and so he vows to never kill again. And he has a double-sided blade, so if he can hit you with the side that's not sharpened, and it'll like basically incapacitate you.
Knock you down.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 1 is survivor horror, and the second one is action. And after that, it's all sci-fi. Yep.
That's pretty accurate.
Reverse blade. There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's right. I'm pretty sure Circuitry. You liked all of the Resident Evil movies, didn't you?
So say it again. So how does it go with Resident Evil?
One's good. The rest get. I mean, most people's opinions, not Circuitry's, that they get worse as they go on.
But you said something about sci-fi in number 2.
Oh yeah, it's more action as they go on, and then sci-fi action.
Oh, okay. I mean, that could be interesting.
I mean, honestly, I didn't see the very last 2 or 1.
I don't even know how many there are. There are like 5 or 6.
Here's how we can
There's
play
quite
it.
a few.
We could do it on a night where it's like a larger group and we're not really watching it all. We could just have it like on the background.
We could.
We'll watch the first one. I mean, for the others.
Okay, we do have to watch the first one for sure.
For the others.
And I do think you'll be at least marginally interested in the other ones. You're like, I don't necessarily want to watch it, but I kind of want to know what happens.
Watch it on like.
No, it's sort of like a catch-22.
Okay.
Like, watch a review of it or something online.
No, because then like you want to see more. I feel like Circuitry hates us now. Like apparently, like she loved all those movies. Kenshin's like 90+ episodes. Yeah. That's a good anime though.
90 of Rurouni Kenshin.
Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah. You know, the other one that was I found Rurouni Kenshin through Toonami, and the other show that I never finished from Toonami was Yu Yu Hakusho. I got to like the undead tournament or whatever it was that they had. He goes to like the dead realm and fights in a tournament.
Well, I don't think I've watched it.
Yu Yu Hakusho at all? I bet you somebody in the chat has. Has anyone seen Yu Yu Hakusho?
I bet Ubicore had, but he's not here today.
Really? Wow, interesting. It was on Toonami.
Kyler's in it. In the club. I've never,
Oh, yeah.
but I don't even know what it's about.
Oh wait, Kyler, you've seen it?
Yeah.
I don't remember much about it at all. He has like a spirit gun. I think he's like is he like a spirit detective? Wait, now I gotta look this up. I think he's like a... That sounds familiar now. I think he's like a spirit detective.
Kyler has seen all the animes ever made.
Oh lordy. Oh.
Wait, Spirit Detective? Are you looking it up?
Yeah, the series tells the story.
Oh wait, yeah.
A teenage delinquent who is
Foreign Legends, yes, Spirit Detective.
Yeah, it tells the story of a teenage delinquent who is struck and killed by a car while attempting to save a child's life. After a number of tests presented him to by Kano, some Japanese name, the son of the ruler of the afterlife underworld. Yusuke is revived and appointed the title of Underworld Detective. So he's like he's like a spirit detective. I guess he gets to come back to life if he takes on this responsibility.
Wait, what's Icer 1?
Yeah, I've seen. We had a laser disc of it at the arcade, and I've only seen it. I've seen the footage of it, but I haven't been able to listen to it.
Oh my god, I've seen like 2 laser discs in my life.
I have like 4 of them.
I feel like one was Volcano and one was The Rock.
Wait,
Was The Rock?
Yes.
Dwayne The Rock?
No. The one with Sean Connery and Nick Cage.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah. You're the Rocket Man.
The Rocket Man. There you go.
It's you.
Well, you're talking about The Rock.
The Rock. The Rock, the movie.
The way too long chase
Like-
scene.
Alcatraz.
Oh, this. Okay, so I'm sorry.
It's like bad. It's almost bad blood at this point.
We've paused this game for like an hour by now, but I was super excited. So like Tom and I will watch a bunch of movies. Like we'll make a list when we watch
Terminator
movies.
2. It stemmed out of Terminator 2, didn't it? The chase scene.
It stemmed from Terminator
I think
2?
it stemmed from like chase scenes.
Maybe. So like we were talking about chase scenes, and we were talking about movies with epic chase scenes, and
Terminator 2 has a couple of them.
probably the most epic chase scene is with
Are you talking about The Rock?
The Rock.
What do you?
No, it was shit. Crap. What is it called?
Terminator
was
2.
No, not Terminator 2. The one that you hated. That was like 10 minutes
Yeah,
long.
isn't that in The Rock?
That's not in The Rock. That's a homage to that. It is in Bullet.
Oh yeah, I didn't hate it. It was just twice as long as it needed to be.
He hated Bullet. He was like, so I put on Bullet and I was like, this has the greatest chase scene of all time, and it's pretty long. It's like 10 minutes long.
Jesus.
But
It was way
it's really
too
good.
long.
So it's a chase scene through San Francisco, and then they kind of get out of San Francisco. But we were watching The Rock, and I was like, hey, you know what this chase scene is about in The Rock? It's from this movie Bullet. And it's like, I've never seen Bullet, so I was like, okay, like we'll watch like the chase scene to it, or I think we watched the movie.
We
but
watched the whole movie, yeah.
It's like it's a fantastic movie and even more epic chase scene. But I put on the chase scene for him, and the chase scene's like 10, 12 minutes, and he's like, what is happening here? When is this over? And I was like, oh no, I messed up.
I thought John Wick 3 had a pretty legendary chase scene.
All the John Wick movies are really badass.
The one with the chase scene with the horse, though, and the motorcycles in John Wick 3. That I think that'll go down in the annals of history.
True
But
Lies did it
it's-
first.
It's all from Bullet.
Not just because they created the concept of chasing somebody.
Bullet
No,
defined
the chase scene
like
with
the
the horse and the
epic
motorcycle.
car chase scene. Well, they just replaced the car with a horse.
Yeah, I don't.
But no, True Lies did a horse and a motorcycle chase scene.
Yeah, exactly.
Did it back in the early 90s.
Bullet was in the 70s.
Oh, I've never seen Bullet. I didn't know
But
that.
Ben, like, you can't say Bullet created the idea of people on mobile devices chasing each other. Like,
Did it?
Dude,
I feel like it
automobiles.
might have.
I think Steve McQueen invented this chase scene.
Yeah, that was Bullet.
That would be Bullet then, if you're gonna
Or
be
was that,
serious.
is that a Steve McQueen movie? Well, then Ben's. I think he's correct.
Yeah, that's Bullet.
I don't understand. That it was not entertaining. It was.
Well, now I want to watch.
Oh,
Bullet.
he like
That's
he,
awesome.
This is bad blood.
like he
it was
hated
not
it. He hated it, and then like
Yo,
he hated
honestly,
me for it.
there were many 20-second shots of men's faces up close, not even emoting. They weren't even emoting. They were just intent on driving correctly.
That's what you do when you're in the zone. You don't emote. You're in the zone.
No, I wasn't into. I didn't.
Right?
I didn't like it, man. It would have been great if it was 3.5 minutes.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so my biggest faux pas was showing him Bullet.
Overturing to it.
The term I can't.
I was so excited too. I was like, "Oh my god, do you know where all these chasings come from? Bullet." He's like,
well, now
"Let's watch this."
now
Like,
I'm
this
self-conscious.
is fucking garbage.
I'm self-conscious about the next opinion. I'm gonna say that apparently seminal chase scene didn't do it for me, but I did think the chase scene in Terminator 2 was pretty awesome.
Roy's gonna agree. That is pretty awesome.
They're all the chase scenes in that movie are great.
Yeah.
Are you ready to start up again?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Commander, I object. Marching this entire block and executing a gate jump. You know as well as I do what happens when a human body enters hyperspace unprotected.
How about normal space?
Get this to the commander.
Yo, right?
The next pollen area in a matter of minutes. There's no time. Get in the pod and evacuate with the others.
But Commander, the Gnosis are swarming all over the place. We won't stand a chance even if we do evacuate. We should accompany you.
Show them your face stat, they'll run away.
Listen. The Gnosis are
It's a sweet face stat.
They're nothing compared to what'll happen
Extreme.
in place. As soon as you launch the escape
Feel like
pod,
that's a
inject yourself with 8
oxymoron.
milligrams of ditch beta. You'll fall into a temporary near-death state, but that'll keep them from noticing you. Reinforcements from Central Command will arrive in a few hours. You must survive until then, or my death will be for nothing.
Commander!
Go now.
Don't touch it. Oh, okay. I mean, all the Zohar does is kill people if you touch it.
Pretty powerful.
Damn it! Our weapons are useless!
Did they just figure that out?
Pretty much.
Fucking hell.
An FAE? No!
Not the Fae!
Where's Cosmos?
Where's that Hilbert effect?
Might as well keep shooting it.
What are you out of breath for? You just pulled the trigger.
Yeah, right.
Lester!
All these soldiers are also like pure Aryans. Has anybody noticed that?
Yeah. They're all like blue-haired. I mean, blue-eyed, blonde hair. Green eye or whatever.
Yeah.
Light-eyed. I don't...
Gotta stop them.
Hazel-eyed.
Way. But how?
Is he gonna shoot him now?
Hey, you.
Does anyone here physically or in the chat know about Mega Man Legends?
Ooh. We had a shot about that a couple streams ago.
You guys did.
I'll give it right.
I've never played them, but I've seen Ben play a lot of the first one.
Oh, yeah, so I played the first one a whole bunch, beat it up, down, and sideways, like all those secret quests, I did all that. The second one, me and my sister bought, we never got very far in it. I know you start in like some barren, snowed out kind of area, and for whatever reason, we never, I don't know, man, it might have been very difficult, maybe that's why I stopped, but I usually didn't back away from difficult games. I don't know, me and her both never got far in it.
I'm trying to remember 2 and 1 distinctly.
I feel like it should be pretty fine divide. The second one you start in like it's a tundra. It's like snowing all the time. You're like a scavenger. You have like no wealth. his hair is longer. Feels kind of post-apocalyptic.
Maybe not then. Yeah, I remember the first one clearly.
You might have only played the first one.
the first
it
one.
culminates with fighting Juno.
Yep.
Yeah. And then there's the Misadventures of Tron Bonne.
I remember that.
You remember that?
I played that.
Yeah, no one has played it. Me and my sister also love that. It's super fun.
And
super fun.
I was not okay with that game.
It's very side quest.
But I also never played it, so I just judged it based on my stupidity.
It innately feels like a massive side quest, but me and my sister quite enjoyed it. It's very minigame focused. You play as the server bots sometimes. And you maybe your job is to be like the server bot who serves food in the cafeteria.
Oh boy.
Oh wait, Kyler's played all 3.
You played the what? So 1, 2, and Misadventures.
I didn't know there was a third one.
It's like 1.5.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there was that one.
I want to know more about the second one because I never got very far at all. We logged like 4 hours of gameplay tops, me and my sister.
Do explain, Kyler.
Yeah, please. We're gripped. Somehow they lost any wealth that they acquired in the first game.
Explain what? Episode 2, I guess?
I guess the sequel.
Of the video variety.
What an ass.
Okay, so... really all I want to know is, does Mega Man get with roll? That's the most important... Does he smash?
Oh my god! Is that like a thing?
Roll? I thought they had a little thing going. Roll's his, like... What is she, flight cap? No, what? No, is she? Oh, I think she's like flight captain. She's issuing him commands all the time, dude.
I'm
looking it up.
Oh my god, babe. Not even.
I'm looking it up. Roll's like flight captain or something.
I honestly don't know about the second one then. I must have never played it. I know I liked the first one. And I think we even went over some save files that I have for it.
So it's like a massive massive RPG. That's the thing. It's not like normal Mega Man where it's like a platform game.
Oh, is Roll a relative? I don't remember.
Ew! Now 11-year-old me is very uncomfortable.
She's super annoying, like a little sister or cousin or something. So that's what I always took away from it. Shut up! Every time you talk to me, I hate it.
So critical reception was very high for Mega Man 2, Mega Man Legends 2.
Okay.
Yeah, and apparently the story's like super complex.
Roll is like a younger sister. Same creator. Oh, yeah, I guess so, like, same father, same... Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, she's also an android thing?
Yeah. She was both made...
Look, you're gonna tell me I wasn't curious if Mega Man and her get together? She's a babe. She's clearly a babe. Where's the camera?
I mean, like,
show the audience...
Frankenstein makes the monster and then the bride of Frankenstein. He makes both.
Look. She's a babe. What a hottie.
A robo-babe.
Robo-babe.
Oh my god.
She's annoying. I don't like her.
I had no problem with her.
You could just just search the deep web or something, you'll find it.
Anyway, I gotta go, guys. Bye.
Okay, thanks, bye!
Oh, okay, never mind. So that's uncomfortable. There's a MegaManFandom.com. Her age is not appropriate. That is. It wasn't the fact.
What's Mega Man's age?
This is roll.
He's been around since the 80s, probably about 30.
Oh, what's Mega Man?
I don't need Abort.
Abort.
Mega Man X took me as a little older than regular Mega Man because he was like taller and has like a deeper voice and stuff.
Mega Man Extra?
X.
Oh. Yeah, I remember. Okay, yeah. And there's also, who's this, like, what's the red dude?
Zero?
Zero.
Yeah. What was their deal? They, like, hated each other? They were like Sonic and Knuckles in terms of color and rivalry?
They have a brief rivalry, kind of, but not really. They're pretty much always partners.
They're tight? Alright. Roll is the granddaughter of the famous Professor Barrel Casket. Roll's a normal human, guys. She's not an android. She's a granddaughter of Barrel Casket.
What?
Oh,
Whatever.
She
wants to find the mother lode. Yeah, so,
But
so does
in-
Mega Man, you know what I'm saying?
In the cartoons, Roll was always an android, or like a robot. She was a robot.
In the game, she's motivated by the hopes her parents are still alive and will find them, and she's raised by her grandfather, Professor Barrel Casket.
My mic is echoing, Tyler? Someone says so.
I wonder if that's because my headphones are way turned up.
Oh. I don't know. Oh, it's probably because I'm coming through Ben's speakers and then it's being caught by his microphone as well.
Mm.
So I'll just talk a little lower.
Stop yelling.
Ah! Bing!
Hey, they're based on the 508 series, right?
So what if they are?
It's been almost 14 years now, since I returned from Milsha, that is. Out in the fields, I took apart so many of them to get what I was looking for. It was a lot of work, you know. What with that dual-stage protection they got and all.
Dual stage? Lieutenant, you consumed their neuro...
But of course, they were quite delicious.
Maybe I should fit that game.
Could you?
That's when I found out about the control code. It's quite a convenient function you put in there. That's right. I'm going to have these marionettes hold off the Gnosis for us. Just like this.
You bastard!
Stop it! What do you think they are? This is a clear violation of...
Of their rights? That's for peacetime, lady. You think I don't know the Milshan Charter? Milshan Charter.
Shion would slap you,
Paragraph
Kyler.
13. Weapons-grade Realians are required to be equipped with a remotely accessible behavioral limit and self-destruct system in case of emergency or malfunction. Use of these functions will be determined by the senior officer in charge of the situation. Am I
The only
right?
problem I feel like there's some overlap between the things I like to do good at and do because it's drinking alcohol. That's the
Well,
Wait, so
that
if they're
ties
not
down.
really dead, I don't think
Conductor.
they
I intend
should
to
just be
make
laying
full
there
use
dead.
of my orchestra.
Maybe they're damaged.
They're also not very much help now. I don't know what they're doing.
They're, that's kind of slowing them down.
You have no right to play God with their lives! Using them as pawns! I won't let
Stream
you...
anime?
So what are you gonna do about
You mean
it?
like watching it on our own or like streaming it
Why
on
don't you
Switch?
disable that function? Sure, it's factory loaded, but you of all people
Free
shouldn't
sites?
have any trouble
I do
reading
sometimes.
them, since you care about them so
Was
much.
watching it?
All
Yeah.
it takes is a little
Yeah, I haven't for a while, but I have
Curious
before.
birds. And yet you don't. Why not?
Because company protocol
Exactly. It's protocol. In other words, you're just like
No, I've never heard of that one.
bound by that protocol. We're the ones that give them a reason to live. Am I wrong?
But
That's the difference between us and them. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong, you're just an asshole.
So why not give
Pretty
it to
much.
them? A meaning to their pitiful existence.
stupid battle suit. Poofy shoulders.
Son of a bitch!
Oh damn, dude. Nice. Sorry, I never heard of it before. But I never really was too heavy into watching stuff in that way.
Oh shit! Is it still around? Uh-oh.
It's a huge ball sack.
Come on, Cosmos. Oh no. That sucks, Skylar.
He's Android 13.
Android 13. Roy can appreciate that.
Appreciate what?
Tom was like, he's Android 13ing her.
Nice.
How do you feel?
There's no point of having a weapon that can't even get out of
It's all right. This is what we
So
were
why
born to
not
do.
give it to them?
Take care.
A meaning to their...
Do you feel sad or anything? What's this girl doing here?
Why didn't she turn into a Gnosis later on, Tori? I have no idea. I'm not really sure what you're
Not safe.
talking about.
You want to crack open another one?
Run.
I think
Run away.
beers are more controllable. Do you want a beer?
Yeah.
Do you have a preference on the beer?
No, whatever.
Voice.
Bring up some whatevers then.
Some whatever.
Two whatevers coming up.
Beer brand beer.
To die.
Oh, contact turns into a note. Huh? Do you know what the reason is there, Ben?
I don't know if it turns you into Gnosis, but it turns you either into a pillar assault or just kills you immediately, which is sort of the same thing.
More biblical stuff, huh?
Yeah.
I'm back.
Chief, are you all right?
DG.
Cosmos helped everyone escape. They're all on the training ship. Now we need to get you out of here.
Cosmos?
That's a good question.
What? The helmet effect!
Once again, plot convenience.
I might be wrong, but yeah, I'm pretty sure coming into contact with the Gnosis just kills you. Like, short of the Hilbert effect beforehand.
Yeah.
What the hell? What is that?
Cosmos!
Whoa.
Flop.
I'm not sure. Do you know, Ben?
Yeah.
Or I can ask what the commander's name is that gets turned into one.
Ooh, I don't. The one commander that comes to mind is Margulis, but I don't know if he gets turned into one. He's on the Woglende. That's not Margulis. He's basically like the asshole commander.
The one with the scars?
No. The one that's like super confrontational with everybody.
The X on his face?
Shion.
Mm-mm.
Yes. We will now
That's the
proceed to
physically
hangar
abusive
one.
one.
There is a 99.998%
Vandercum.
probability
Yeah,
that Gnosis
that's
target is
him.
the object stored in that hangar. My assigned duties are to verify and preserve the integrity of that
Vandercum?
object and to protect the vessel
Isn't that the one with
staff.
the X on his face? Yeah, no, not that one.
Life pods are located on the second level of the hangar.
Thank you, sir.
Please
You're
use
welcome,
one to
sir.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cosmos.
Chief!
To dog-based beers.
Dog beer.
Sorry, Kyler.
Ew.
What you got?
That is not attractive.
Turbo dog.
Turbo Dog.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of it.
Neither have I till I got it tonight.
Is this your first fight?
I think this is the
No.
first fight that we can fight where we don't die in one hit.
Oh, well, yeah.
And basically, Cosmos just kills everything. Yep.
Lame. Now your stupid gun works.
Shoot him in the knees/dick. I actually feel like that would be very effective.
Pissed it off, apparently.
Rather unattractive.
Ow. It hurts us.
Zap!
It's infinitely better than Xenosaga.
Is that PS1?
Yeah.
Shut
It's
in
just
time.
that like,
Oh,
literal
no.
digits
Cosmos.
are blurry.
Here. Returning
Our
to
RPG is your favorite game.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
So yeah, when you touch a Gnosis, you either turn into salt or die, or turn into a Gnosis.
Oh,
So Gion was plot convenienced.
to have nothing
No.
happen.
Turned into anything, yeah.
What about strategy-based military games?
Use those Aquasol
I have those
DXs.
too.
About such. I prefer those. Kind of the same idea, but on a way larger scale because StarCraft.
Yes. Aquasol DX? Yes, I wish we had those.
All right. So Shion had the fear constitution to somehow not be turned and also not die somehow. Okay. She's a badass. Guy's kicking your ass.
Much ass kicking.
How fortunate for her. Oh man. Too bad.
Going to sleep. What's happening?
You know how it is with him.
Shutting down.
Oh no!
Damn it, Cosmos.
Nope. Well, that sucks. Yeah. Well, good you're filling in then, I guess. Jesus, you're barely doing any damage.
Pretty much.
Unleash the fury! Yay!
Is everyone all right?
Do they automatically revive after battle?
I don't remember.
Oh no. I hope so. And doesn't Cosmos have healing magic? Oh my.
Good job, Cosmos.
Sounds like you're gonna be running the place, Kyler. Do they keep their Augs in, like, little capsule corp capsules?
I don't actually know how those things follow you around.
Well, he said that he was gonna give her a capsule.
Yeah, they're
Or
just
whatever.
somehow accessible. I think it's just like a plot convenience thing, see?
Hmm. Yeah.
So that's just how it makes the egg accessible to you anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
He's not having it.
Does this look so low quality because of the size of your TV?
That definitely doesn't help.
Yeah.
Okay, so she starts off at 1.
Oh, yes. Excellent. Stupid Virgil. Oh, you didn't like the leveling up, Torian? I thought it was pretty cool. Non-standard.
Lockdown deactivated. Passageway will now open. Please use caution near the opening doors.
I don't remember that being an issue, but I haven't played this in forever.
What was an issue?
Torian Legend doesn't like the leveling up because he says you can grind and grind, but if one character got too powerful too fast, everybody else suffered. Probably going to be Cosmos.
Yeah, that's true.
Kick their ass!
That's
There
the
it
one
is.
I wanted. Oh, I don't know if it got it.
Oh.
I don't think it did.
Oh, jeez. Do it anyway.
All systems clear.
Hmm.
Yes.
What's that do?
No idea.
Okay, here we go.
All systems clear.
Good job, Cosmos.
Hey!
Does this... Can't do anything with it.
Is that only getting too big for the, I don't know, wherever you're sitting, Kyler?
Thing is enormous.
No escaping it. Oh, there's two of them.
It's okay, you need the experience points.
Probably. Choke him out.
I honestly love Virgil's strategy. He just shoots everyone in the dick. It's effective.
And this super weird crouch hunched over stance.
I don't know what to make of it.
My external appearance is down 5%. Jim.
Hey! Oh!
Got
I'm
it.
gonna hurt you.
Well, that would be annoying.
Do you
But it would be accurate.
Probably.
My external appearance is down 5%. Shion.
What?
Cosmos can activate the Hilbert effect, destroy damn near anything by herself, but still asks to get help for getting clean.
It's true. They
I cannot
didn't
perform
program
maintenance on
that
myself.
in. Let's just close this. There we go. Should be safe now.
No way you can make it through this.
Mm-mm. Are you dead? He's dead.
Yeah.
He's not looking good.
Oh boy.
Hey, you wanna watch TV? Oh, it's broken!
Nope.
Take that thing. Yeah.
Shit explodes when she touches it.
No, she shoots it. But, close enough.
You have the power of explosions.
Run! In! Oh.
Hilbert effect active. Gnosis materialization complete.
Nice. I've never seen anybody with a Cosmos shirt.
Eliminated.
There's a Cosmos shirt?
Apparently, Antorian Legend has one.
What does that look like?
You can send a link to the image. I think you can send an image. I'm not sure. Try it out.
Do it. Both. Do both.
Are you on our Discord server, Torian Legends? Because you could send it there if you wanted.
Decoder 18. Got it.
Let me send you an invite. If you want to join, here's the link. I always, not always, but I tend to announce when we're about to go online there.
What?
It's a new game. You place a phone on the floor with the front-facing camera on so you can see what's going on. You all huddle around it. Just throw your head up in the air. It's like 6 of you. And you watch it jag descend from like a reverse aerial view. And it just eventually shatters on your head. So you can't move, or else I guess you'd die or something.
You can't move.
You're at the frame group if you move.
I get it.
He's not scared, he's ready for business.
I think close up shop. This is prime time for.
Yeah, right.
Shopping.
Surprised he didn't hike his prices up.
Where are we supposed to go anyway? I feel like that's a common problem with me.
Oh, there was a room with enemies behind a piece of glass, right? I think you can blow the glass out.
I did that a little while ago.
Oh, you did? Okay. I noticed it, and then I was looking at the chat, so I didn't know what you did with it.
Yeah, there was like a little treasure in there.
Okay, here we go.
Tom's favorite character.
Oh, cool. That's an awesome shirt. Yeah, it's on our Discord server, but if you want to see it.
Yeah, I do want to see this.
And another
Oh,
one.
that is awesome.
Yes, yes.
Where'd you get that?
Does it come in black?
Oh, exactly. Wait, so does any of this bump Resident Evil up on the list?
Is this a Resident Evil game?
Nice.
No, but we've had at least 2 other people
Yeah,
corroborate what we've said about Resident Evil.
I am down to watch Resident Evil 1.
There's a lot of things in that first movie that are like, oh, that's from the game.
Oh, see, I've also never even played the game.
Satisfying in that way.
Oh.
I've also never even played the game.
It's probably alright. It's fine. What?
Those are the best games.
You and Ruth both made it very clear that none of the movies were good after the first. And then everyone else on this line also seemed to corroborate that.
Yeah.
And then you were like, but you should really watch the whole series.
That's literally what everyone's gonna say.
I didn't say that. I just said you should watch the first one.
I'll watch the first one. I haven't... Enough people seem to think the first one's good that I'll watch the first one. I should maybe watch a game recap or something first, because I don't even know the game.
Okay.
So I feel like I should watch like a 20-minute game
The enemies have
highlight
been
reel.
exterminated.
Sure.
Yeah.
That would probably help you out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that would be good.
Yeah.
Michelle Rodriguez is in the first one. She's really cool.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Yep.
Is she a video game character?
No. She's in a bunch of movies. You should recognize her.
She's in Blood Rain.
Oh!
She's
Blood
in-
Rain, R-A-Y-N-E?
Yeah, Blood Rain.
Yeah, my sister loved that shit.
I saw that in theaters. It was such a bad movie. Everybody stayed behind, and discussed how bad it was in the theater after the credits.
Oh my god! Strangers?
About how bad it was, amazed about how bad it was.
Oh my god. Blood Rain.
Well, because it was a video game, right?
Yeah, it's a good video game.
Yeah, my sister liked the video game. Yeah, yeah. Oh my god! On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 4%.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I've sought after the lowest rated content ever, and I didn't know, this didn't show up, I didn't know 4% was attainable. Because, when you're that bad, I want to see it.
The director, Uwe Boll, is known for making really bad, mostly video game movies. He retired recently, I think, but he's got he did Christian Bale's in it. It's another video game movie. Can't remember the name of it though.
With Christian Bale?
Is it the
Yeah.
the one we watched? Was that video game based? The movie?
Which one?
I'll have to look it up.
It's like a fake Matrix. It's like a wannabe Matrix movie.
Wait, Fate Matrix?
Yeah,
I know I made you watch Equilibrium.
That's probably the one. Yeah.
Equilibrium is far superior to many movies.
Christian Bale is not who I meant to say. It was Christian Slater.
Okay. But yes, you're right. Good parallel there. But Equilibrium is a fantastic movie.
I can't get over this 4% for Blood Rain. That makes me really want to watch this.
It's called Alone in the Dark.
Alone in the Dark?
Yeah. It's based off a video game. And it's also amazingly bad.
Oh shit. Add that to the list.
What's it called?
Alone in the Dark. And then, obviously, Blood Rain.
Blood Rain, yeah. Alright, dude, our list is kind of buried now. Where is it at?
The actress who plays Blood Rain is the one who plays the Terminator in Terminator 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And like she's like a pretty good actor in Terminator 3. Not the case in this movie, in Blood Rain. None of it. There's a lot of good actors in Blood Rain, and all of them are like barely awake in this movie.
Wait. Oh my god, dude.
Barely
Jesus
awake.
Christ.
What happened?
What's the name? One more time.
For Blood Rain? Oh no, the other one is Alone in the Dark.
Alone in the Dark, okay.
Michael Madsen's in Blood Rain, and like he literally looks like he's like half asleep, like probably drunk.
Oh my
Very
god!
in this movie. Yeah. The only person who looks like he's having fun doing that movie was Meatloaf.
I love Meatloaf these days.
He plays a vampire.
Oh,
Like a
he would.
vampire
He makes.
pimp.
I'm sure he makes a perfect vampire.
Disabling auto safety. Destroy all targets.
Get him! I love his little evil cackle when he fires.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's getting wrecked.
How could I can't. So this guy retired, but he's known for making such bad video game-based movies. I guess I don't understand how you have a career where you're continuously known for.
So the story goes, and I might be getting some aspects wrong, but he's like a Russian who gets funding from odd places.
Okay.
And he's also known for challenging critics of his movies to boxing matches.
Oh yes. Oh, this is so many things right.
What?
So many things are right about this.
Like, this guy's a character.
I love it. Have you seen Disaster movie or Disaster film? What is it called? Disaster Artist?
No. Oh, no, I haven't, but I know about it.
Yeah.
And I've seen The Room.
So you've seen the room. Okay.
Oh
So,
god.
I really like The Room for what it is. No, like for what it is.
For what it is, what is it?
It's kind of a staple among those of us who love disastrously bad films. It's kind of the gold standard.
Well, I guess you're right in that aspect, but like, it's kind of hard to describe. Like, if you're not talking about that aspect of the movie, but you're just talking about what the movie's about, it's hard to describe.
Oh yeah, it's like I suppose it's fundamentally a quote-unquote romance film.
Kind of slice of life nonsense.
Here's the thing. Look, I think I can honestly tell anybody. I think I can almost sway people to think that The Room is worth watching, even if they only like critically acclaimed films. At the end of the day, we turn to cinema to be a form of escapism. We want to forget about everything else. And when The Room is on, everybody is fully immersed, if not only because they're trying to figure out what the fuck is happening, and then after about 20 minutes, how the fuck this movie in particular came to happen. It's
right. You go through stages of like bewilderment.
Yeah, there's nothing like the first time you see The Room. There's nothing like that.
It's like watching a really fascinating train wreck.
Yeah, and probably once is probably enough for virtually anybody. I've seen it twice because in San Francisco there's like this old theater that plays like cult films. It's the type of theater that plays Rocky Horror Picture Show on Halloween, like that sort of spot.
I've heard of that aspect.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of San Francisco in particular doing it.
Yeah, so I went to see, it's like they do these midnight showings once a month of The Room. I went to one. There's very Rocky Horror Picture-esque ways to participate. Like every time, all the artwork in his house is spoon-based. Like that's a very so like every time that artwork appears on screen, you like throw spoons. Yeah, there's like all sorts of stuff.
I've heard about that stuff, and I've done the Rocky Horror thing, so I know all about
it's very fun. So I would say nobody needs to watch it more than once, but I'd say everybody can get a kick out of watching it at least once. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
So Torian Legend, the movie The Room, is basically just about some guy who's getting cheated on by his girlfriend or his fiance and stuff like that. And it's just like a big long soap opera kind of thing. Really kind of boring at its core, but the way it's executed is just so amazingly absurdly bad.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
It's very critically agreed upon to be like one of the worst movies ever made.
The worst movie ever made.
People often definitively refer to it as the worst movie ever made.
Yeah.
The writer, director, producer of this movie, Tommy Wiseau, is like some kind of like mystery. Like he's like some weird ethnicity and he won't tell anybody what it is. And he like is super mysterious and like vague on purpose about everything. He doesn't ever answer a question normally, and like he just looks like strange.
He's not.
He doesn't look like he has like a physical disability or anything like that. He's just like weird looking and weird acting. Like an enigma.
I would say he looks like a vampire sucked about 10% of his blood. And that's why his skin is slightly saggy. And I know how fucked up that is, but I'm a terrible person, and I hope you all don't talk shit about me when I leave, but just objectively, that's a little bit what he looks like.
Well, in my opinion, he looked less saggy and more like lumpy. And I don't think it's like tumors. He just got has a weird formation to his body.
Look, honestly, at the end of the day, he's way more famous. He's brought way more enjoyment into people's lives. He is apparently independently wealthy. I think I heard the Korean mafia kind of funds him, but it's all rumors. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
What?
This guy's a mystery. He's more mysterious and weird than Uwe Boll.
I feel like what I said was too rude, but I feel also a little bit that's what he looks like.
I mean, it's not an inaccurate description, but it's just he's just a weird dude.
So I'm probably gonna head out when I finish this beer because it's getting late, and I gotta meet with Ted tomorrow.
That guy. He might be watching the stream.
It's not impossible.
What?
Some person we work with.
Yeah.
Oh.
Roy, what do you do?
I'm an Uber driver.
Okay. Very cool.
Thank you.
I'm not well sighted enough to read the name of this.
Torian Legend?
Torian Legend. What do you do?
What do you do?
What do you do? It's also, I also kind of don't love that question because it's
Social worker.
I love
opening
that.
a tax business.
Oh, I love that.
Ooh.
I also, it's such a weird question because it's I don't know. I've always found that question so bizarre because it's I do plenty of different things. I don't know.
Well, usually when somebody asks that, they mean, "How do you make your money?"
I know, and it's such a weird question. I just asked the question, but I've also responded to people who've asked me that question, kind of I do a bunch of things. What do you want? I don't know. It's just a weird question people ask. It's so weird.
I breathe all day long.
Yeah, exactly.
I breathe all the time.
It's my favorite, most constant activity.
It's so
If there's
draining.
one thing that's just never stopped being useful and rewarding for me, it's breathing. I like maintaining homeostasis. That's my goal.
Right.
It's pretty good. No, with
Metabolic
so like
activities are
let's
never
say
ending.
engineering. There's no interesting way of answering that question.
Just just engineering.
Like, oh, yeah, just code.
Just code. Yeah.
Engineering, like, oh, okay.
I don't know. It's a weird.
Disabling auto safety.
And then I guess the other weird thing becomes like for folks who work in an office, it's like you actually end up weirdly seeing people you work with more than like almost anybody else in your life too.
Right. That's how that happens. That's
Yeah.
why I'm glad I'm an Uber driver. I don't have any regulars. Like, no, like, coworkers, and I don't see other, like, someone that I picked up before. I'll probably never see him.
So I'm curious,
You know what?
Roy, do you ever, so I feel like if, not to the point that I've necessarily, like, been like, take my number, I want to hit you up next time I need a ride, but I can imagine, I've had, like, put it this way, I've had rides where I know that both of us enjoyed the conversation. Like, on the way out, it's like, oh man, super good talking to you, and they're like, for sure, definitely really good talking to you. Like, I've gotten into, like, what is the afterlife? I've gotten into crazy shit in, like, a 10-minute ride. And I guess I'm curious.
Jesus.
I guess I'm just curious. And I swear, honestly, I've gotten into that cab not wanting to talk to the driver. Like, it's just happened through good vibes, whatever it is. I'm curious, do you not? So you said you don't have regulars. There's no concept of like somebody hitting you up outside of the Uber sphere, and more just like needing a ride. And hey, will you kind of just do this job?
I might be down to do something like that if they wanted a really long ride.
A long one,
like,
right? Yeah.
If they were just like, hey, let me call you up at any random time for a short ride, I couldn't do that because I don't know where I'll be.
And you have your own hours and everything. Yeah.
Right, like, because I'll be working from, like, whenever, but, like, if I'm on the other side of town, I'm going to have to say no, because, like, it's too long of a drive for me.
Right. Where do you live in San Diego?
Denver.
Oh, you live in Denver. So if somebody wanted, like, a ride, like, a pre-planned ride to, like, Fort Collins, you might be down with that.
Oh, my volume's too low? Can you turn me up? I'm already maxed out on my side.
Oh. There you go.
Hey, is that better? Deep voice.
Yeah, you typically do so much talking, we gotta turn you down.
Well, screw you.
No, I didn't know that these existential conversations with an Uber driver were a thing.
Oh yeah, that happens.
Like, I generally try to not have those.
Oh yeah, it's all up to the rider to instigate that kind of stuff.
No!
Sometimes it's the driver, and I was like, God, kill me now. I don't want to talk.
Wait,
no,
but usually, like, it's obviously not going to be polite to not have a conversation.
Right.
So I'll entertain them and have a conversation, but I was like...
Right, that's how I get roped into the conversation.
Right, I do
talk.
think there's a middle ground. So I'm definitely a talker, and you're probably not totally wrong in your assessment right there, but I think there's a middle ground. I've definitely gotten in the car and been like, I'm just trying to get where I'm going. And then my driver engages me, and I'm not gonna not respond because I'm a talker. And then all I know is, like, the next thing they're telling you about, like, the 7 rules of the yin and the yang, and I don't believe in the shit they're saying to me, but I'm also like, alright, well, I don't really believe in that, but I do believe maybe there's karmic justice, or there's this and that, and so I kind of tell them, I think, you know, my interpretation is a little different, and then all I know, I'm getting dropped off 20 minutes later, and we've covered a lot of ground. And I don't know if it's always the rider.
Oh, and for me it is.
For you, do you consider yourself sort of an open book, like an open person.
Yeah, that's why I won't like volunteer information
Right.
like that. But if they ask me, I'll respond with what my honest answer is,
Yeah.
and that's why I say that it's their instigation.
I see. Yeah. And that sounds exactly right. I think you get the right blend of people who are like, they're gonna respond honestly. They're gonna ask, "How are you?" It's funny how literally "How are you" has led to like basically being dropped off, and we've talked about the afterlife.
Do you really think this is a good
Well,
idea?
okay.
For me,
so-
I'm on the more open side. Of
No, in all fairness, like I'll get in and I'll ask them how they're doing or like how their day is going. But by
that's
no
small
means
talk,
does
that's
that mean
like
I
fine.
want to have a conversation.
Right.
Which it's more of a me thing.
Yeah. I met a guy who, he was like, I guess he had some other job and he said he didn't make any driving, but he was like, I have a crippling social anxiety, and I was like, well, first things first, I feel you. I, in my life, have definitely battled, like, really intense social anxiety. And he's like, so I drive because, like, I'm trying to talk to strangers and, like, learn how to engage people.
Oh,
And I was like, that's really cool.
that's really good.
Yeah, and then so I was like, let's do it. And then when he said that, I was like, well, what am I going to sit here? I was like, I gotta talk to you now.
Well, like no, I would
And
be
he did
intrigued.
fine.
I'm like,
He did
oh my
fine.
god, let's talk.
But the funny thing is, he did fine. It was a great conversation. The funny thing about probably everybody's social anxiety is like, it's all in your head. Right? The guy did
That's
great.
likely, yeah.
The guy did great. It was a totally normal conversation.
I can understand that.
Target locked on. Commencing combat mode.
I feel like the city has a lot of, San Francisco has like a lot of,
Chatties.
Uber, I'm gonna call them Uber commuters. Like you get in the car with them and they start to reveal like their jewelry business to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, for real. And they're like selling you like craft products and
What
stuff.
is happening? He's like, I also have the side business
Yeah.
where I sell garden gnomes.
Yes, dude. Yes.
I was like,
That's
we
way
live in
too-
San Francisco.
that's way
Most of
too-
us don't have gardens.
That's way too specific. I feel like that really happened to you, didn't it?
Yes. I was like, I don't know how to respond to this. Like, okay, cool, but wait, that doesn't sound right. So you go with like,
Right.
oh, how is the
Fascinating.
garden
Yeah.
business of gnomes going?
Yeah. I had a guy selling me like I had a guy selling me like earthstone necklaces, and I was like, I was like, man,
Sounds like a
I
bunch of
don't really
hippies.
wear any jewelry ever. You know, it's not a you thing. It's just I don't wear jewelry. He's like, yeah, but you've got women in your life, right? Mom, sister, girlfriend. And I was like, listen, man,
I'm not buying your shit.
I'm not buying a gemstone necklace from you for my stepmother in New York, man. Like, come on.
I've had that happen too, and I don't know how to respond. I was like, wait, I don't understand.
I
Like,
honest to God.
do you want to talk about this, or are you trying to sell me
Yeah,
this
yeah.
stuff?
I honest to God, I really, genuinely, I respect that hustle. I super do. But like, I'm not buying the necklace. So I wish there was like a flag you could put up that was like, I feel you, but like, I'm
Right.
not buying.
There
I'll buy
should
a
be some
necklace
kind of
if there's
phrase
no
that is a catch-all for like, yeah, good for you, I'm not buying.
Yeah, right, exactly. No, I like Ben's idea. Like, you pay $10 extra a year, a month, whatever, but it's like you can't solicit.
I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to be
I know,
soliciting
you're
signed stuff
definitely
anyway
not.
as a driver.
Gets two of them now.
You want some of this? Come and get it, you
How is it in Denver? I'm gonna be there in a week and a half.
You're on the
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't like Denver. I'm trying to leave.
Oh, fuck. You're like, don't come.
He's also been in Denver for like 20 years.
Yeah, I've been here for way too long.
What's the culture I guess folks are. I assume it's a progressive city. Folks are probably on board with
Yeah, it's
wearing
pretty
masks.
liberal. There's lots of hippies. It sucks.
It sucks.
Are you into hiking and all that? Like, do you like the
No.
nature?
I like the deserts. That's why I'm going.
Oh
to the
yeah,
desert.
you're in the. Well, then you're in the. Yeah, you're in the, just the wrong place. So where do you want to go? Like Nevada?
Well, Vegas was my top.
Yeah.
My top of the list, but my roommate who's coming with me, he's a really good roommate, but he doesn't want to move to Vegas. So we settled on Arizona.
Oh man. You're down with 120 degrees and all that?
Yes. I'm a freaking blizzard, man. I love that shit.
Oh my, yeah.
Wait,
Whoa.
wait, did Cosmos just shoot through that guy?
I hope so. That's right. I remember this part.
Yeah.
She didn't like know better. She's like, well, he was in the way.
Well, he was just in the way.
Wait, her eyes went red. Now what?
Well, I think her eyes are always red.
Oh, they're
This
green
ship is
now.
about to capsize.
Oh, her. Never
Please
mind,
make
sorry.
haste.
Reminds me of the Terminator when he was gonna kill that guy. He's like, yeah, I'm a Terminator.
Yeah.
Cosmos, do you understand what you've just done?
My assigned duty is to protect Vector employees.
Alamosa, is that in
Protection of
Arizona?
military personnel.
Yeah. Put it up here.
Oh, I was saying, we'll be right back.
Okay.
Roy, it was great meeting you.
Oh, cool. Yeah, nice to meet you.
I
dude.
might be on a future broadcast.
Well, alrighty.
That's not impossible.
Cool. Good to have you. We'll talk more movies.
Absolutely. Peace, man. Bye, everybody online. I'm not well equipped enough to see you all, but goodbye.
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 South of Denver. Cool. Alright, my video's screwed again, of course. Wow, we had our first guest appearance from a friend I've never met before. That's cool. He had some good opinions about movies. I think we're getting here pretty close to the end of being on the ship, though. I think the rest of the game's about to open up, kind of like after this big battle scene.
Oh, yes.
Mm-mm. So, Tori and Legend, what kind of movies do you like? You like horror movies? We were talking horror movies recently. And that's a spooky season, right? So, when in Rome. Like just about everything. What's your favorite movie? Not genre based on horror. I mean, like not even bad movies good, but not specifically horror. What's just your favorite movie in general? Gotta consider it. Top Gun, Transformers. Oh, Vampire Hunter D. I only saw that one once, dude, and like, I thought it was good, but I really don't remember very well. I just remember that it was like very early animation. Like it didn't have like all the trimmings of a newer anime. But anyway, like that doesn't just make it bad at all, of course. I should watch it again. Oh, I've got hang on, I'll show you some. Check it out. I've got the Transformers movie on VHS on the hard shell. Can you see it? I think you can. Oh, there we go. I watched it a month or two ago. It's a lot of fun. Such a cool soundtrack. Oh, there goes me. Ooh, I'd love to see that. But I bet it looks best on Laserdisc if it exists on Laserdisc. Pretty sure it does because it's from the 80s. Although I would like to see an upscaled version of the Blu-ray. I think that would, because animation looks pretty good usually when it's upscaled like that. Transformer. Yeah, I've got two CRT TVs, little 13-inch ones, right over here on the other side of my my setup here, and I usually have a tape going on one of the on the top one while I'm playing like Nintendo or Sega or something, so that I can get all my retro goodness in at once.
Is not part of my prime.
Hey, we're back.
That's no excuse!
We're back!
You have no right to go about killing people! Why did you shoot Lieutenant Virgil? With your...
And I also think we need to put Mega Man Legends on the list.
Okay, cool.
Apparently Tom would like to see at least part 2.
Okay. I've never seen part 2, so if we want to go straight to part 2, that's fine with me.
I don't
At
even
that
remember
time,
it.
Lieutenant Virgil was
I remember part
in
1.
the fire.
Alright.
Any changes in my firing position to avoid Lieutenant Virgil while protecting you would have resulted in a 30% depreciation in my offensive capabilities. On the other hand, with the Lieutenant's death, there would only be a 0.2% drop in efficacy.
Yeah, he was in the way.
I simply chose the option with the highest probability to keep you alive.
Seems to make sense.
Furthermore, the escape
Makes sense
pod
to a
has
robot.
maximum capacity of 2 occupants. I believe it is obvious who gets priority.
Ooh, cold-blooded.
Say that! Have you no conscience?
Shion,
Cold oil, I guess.
you forget I am not human. I am merely a weapon. You, of all people, should be well aware of that fact.
No, you're a real girl.
What is your decision? Will you board the escape pod, or will you not board the escape pod? If you wish to express remorse for
Drop
his death,
one thing, it
this
sounds
is
like an
the
explosion.
law. Otherwise, you will render his death meaningless.
Come on, Chief. Let's go.
Yes, good.
Shoot it.
Whoosh.
I've come this far, I can't lose now.
That's a big one. So why were you asking about Scrubs? Because you had never watched it before and you think that's weird or something?
No, I've never watched it, or I've watched like 1 or 2 episodes of it. And
Yeah.
apparently it was a show that Tom really liked.
A lot of people really liked it.
Well, clearly.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't think it was like amazing or anything like that, but it was watchable.
So before the stream, they were talking about it, and I was like, yeah, I know of the show, but I never really watched it.
Hmm.
So I was like, let's put on that sort of
No, I knew about that show before the movie Garden State came out, because when that came out, everyone's like, oh, it's the dude from Scrubs. And I'm like, oh, I've seen that show. It's probably a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like in like 2005 or something like that.
Yeah, like Scrubs been around for forever.
Yeah. How much longer is this battle? Because like we're off the ship after that, right? Aren't we?
I think so.
Yeah, we've been on the ship the whole game so far. Does Cosmos get an August?
I don't think so.
Oh. Makes sense. She's a tank. Ah. Jesus. Uh-oh. We already put Skies of Arcadia on our list, right? Because I need that one.
That's true.
No! Why didn't Shion fall over? She just locked up like the Tin Man.
Locked up.
Boost. Oh man. Oh jeez. That was so close. Oh no, is it dying? Okay, it is dying. Is it dying or attacking? It dies very threateningly. Oh, what's going on there? I've been wanting to watch the original Halloween movies recently because I haven't seen all of them, and I haven't seen like any of them in a long time. And I feel like I owe it to a classic series to as a horror fan to at least have knowledge about them, have experienced them. I watched all the Friday the 13th movies a little while ago. They're so ridiculous.
They're good.
They're good. I mean, they're fun, but they're not scary.
No.
Freddy's too much of a goofball. Seen all the Hellraiser movies too, except for the new one.
The target object was not the
Remake.
original. Affirmative. It was an emulator. Roger. Upon deploying tracking device, I will depart immediately. As originally planned, I will head for 2nd Miltia.
All right. Save.
Sure.
Do 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 do.
What a
Time
mess.
for another movie.
Whoever it was, they sure went all out. You think there's anything left out there? Hey, Tony. How long before the Federation gets here?
Well, let's see. Last SOS went out a half an hour ago, so... We've probably got at least 3 hours, right? No sign of any nearby ships either. Right, Hammer?
Yep. We're the only ship within a 5,000 light-year radius.
Hammer.
All right. That should be enough. Let's grab anything that looks salvageable.
Take it easy, Torian
No,
Legend.
Captain. I realize the deadline for paying back Master Guinan is right around the corner, but don't you think this is a little risky? I mean, if the feds find us out, we'd be lucky to get 10 years.
That's if they find out.
You too, have a
The
good
feds
one.
aren't gonna patrol all the way out here in the middle of nowhere.
Well, I just don't like the idea of feeding off the
Torian
dead.
Legend.
I mean,
Always great to see
what
you.
are we? Space jackals? Vultures?
Yep.
Hyenas?
You moron. What kind of metaphor is that? Don't be comparing us to extinct animals. You'll jinx us. We're recyclers, damn it. Environmentally friendly space recyclers.
Master Guinan told us to stay away from any side jobs, remember? He said it hurts the Foundation's image. I don't know. Oh-ho! We got a wrecked
Oh-ho.
ship here, 3 o'clock. Looks like a Ganymede class.
Nice work there, Tony. Good thing we were tapping the UMN emergency channel. Come on, pull in close, hurry.
Yep, we're vultures.
What was that?
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Spectrum matches up perfectly. It's a geocrystal.
All right, not bad. Let's start with that one.
Cosmos?
That's not a geocrystal, you idiot! It's a corpse!
Well, what'd you expect? This is a battlefield. It's no big deal. Don't bother wasting fuel. Just keep going and let it bounce off.
You're kidding, right? My dead grandma told me to be respectful of the dead. Sorry, but I don't want any bad karma. You do it, Captain.
You moron. What? Is that your grandfather out there? Don't be ridiculous. Just shut up and keep moving.
Man, not again.
Captain, this is so typical. Making us do all the dirty work.
Bonk.
You moron! What the hell are you doing? I said bounce it off!
Well, don't look at me. It got stuck on its own. It's not my fault.
Whatever, just get rid of it.
Hey, it's a girl. She might be cute, you know?
My ass,
Weirdo.
sicko. Who the hell cares how she looks? She's dead.
Exactly. Besides, she's facing the other way. It's a shame we can't meet face to face.
They're all creepy. Hello.
Please open your communications line. I need to speak with you. Frequency 2020.
2020.
A talking
Yeah.
corpse.
You moron! Open your eyes! That ain't no corpse!
This ain't happening. This ain't happening.
Just shattered his mind.
Or a cyborg. Something like that.
But I've never heard of a Realian that can operate out in space.
Well, it's probably a military robot or something. Just open the channel. I'm Captain Matthews of the tramp freighter Elsa. We received your SOS signal earlier. It happened to be within range of our navigational path, so we rushed here to your rescue.
Huh? Rescue?
Oh! Kicked right to the back of the head.
So, is there anything we can do to assist you?
What do you mean, rescue? What about our side job?
Relax, you moron. We're gonna grab what we can.
Guys have no
while taking
chill.
care of this little rescue. With this mess, I bet there's no one left alive anyway.
Like she can't
I will
hear.
make this brief. I request that you gate jump to 2nd Miltia immediately.
Say what? Oh yeah. Keep dreaming, sweetheart. We can't leave yet. We still got work to do. And besides, 2nd Miltia? Have you any idea how much it would cost to travel that far?
There is no need for concern. We will cover all UMN gate fees incurred.
You expect us to believe that? Even if that were true, we've got other business to attend to right now. We don't have that kind of time.
My time is limited as well. Failure to comply will result in the destruction of this window.
Go ahead, give it a try. The Elsa's forward window can withstand direct hits from debris as big as 6 millimeters. Punch from a girlie like you wouldn't even dent.
One more strike and this window will shatter. It appears that none of you are wearing spacesuits. Keep in mind that I am making this proposal with goodwill. I could just as easily toss you out into space and take over the ship.
Praying, praying, praying.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do it. Don't be so rash.
Cosmos isn't
Had you
supposed to kill
accommodated me
people.
from the outset, we would have saved
She's
1 minute
needs to
and 45 seconds.
mission priority.
I am coming on board now. Please open
That's why she
the
killed
cargo
the Scarface.
Scarface.
What?
Do not accelerate in an attempt to knock me off. If you do so, I will destroy the engine and the entire ship with it.
She's got us, Red.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Huh? Hey, Captain. I've got someone on the open channel.
Who could it be? Survivors?
Oh. Hold on. I'll put it on the speakers.
Hello? Is anybody out there? Hello? Anyone? If anyone is scanning this channel, please help! Come on, Chief, you give it a try.
Don't worry. A rescue ship will come for us eventually. I'm more concerned about Cosmos. Now, where could she be?
How would I know?
You're getting shit
Besides,
done.
we're not out of the woods yet. I mean, the Gnosis might still be around.
I'm not worried about that right now. We have to retrieve Cosmos.
Forget about Cosmos. What about us? If I knew this was gonna happen, I wouldn't have let everyone else go first. Maybe they're still around. You think?
I can't believe you. Alan, how can you be so insensitive after all that's happened?
Alan's a dick.
What do you mean? Of course I'm traumatized. Chief, that was really uncalled for. Do you think that I'm an emotionless android? For you to even think that is the most traumatizing thing of all.
No, I never said anything like that.
You just did. You think I'm an android, don't you?
What the hell?
Wow.
Huh? Hey!
Xion.
Cosmos? Cosmos, is that you? Where are you right now?
I am on board a civilian ship passing through the area. Please remain at your current locale. A Federation rescue vessel should arrive soon.
Remain here? Cosmos, just what are you up to?
I am commandeering this ship to go to 2nd Miltia. These are my orders from headquarters.
You're going wait a second! What about us?
Unfortunately, you were not mentioned in my orders. Therefore, this mission takes priority.
Oh, I see. What, you expect us to sit here and wait for the cavalry?
That is the logical conclusion.
Wait a second! What guarantee do we have that the Federation will dispatch a rescue? Hey, what if no one comes? The two of us will starve to death inside this pod. You can't do this!
Actually, suffocation would come first. Your air supply will be depleted in 46 hours.
Oh, in that case, suffocation?
That is correct. But there is a 96% probability that a rescue vessel will arrive within 15 hours. Your chances of survival are high, but this is not a certainty.
But...
There's no way I'm going to allow this. You cannot act on your own, Cosmos.
Listen
Bring
to
us
your
on
mama.
board immediately.
There is no time for this. I am signing off.
Sorry, Xion.
Alan,
Can't do
please take care.
Now just wait 1 second,
I
Cosmos.
can't do that, Xion.
You better bring us on board, or I'll open the hatch. You hear me?
What? What are you doing, Chief? Please, don't do anything crazy.
Be quiet, Alan. Listen to me, Cosmos. You know what'll happen if I turn this lever, right? Doesn't this go against your directive? After all, you're supposed to bring us back alive. Am I right?
You are
Processing.
delaying me from my mission. I suggest you do as you please.
Cosmos! You don't believe I'll do it, do you? I'm serious, you know.
Ah! She's really gonna do it!
Why not help her?
Oh god, chaos.
Sounds like she means it.
Hey, Chaos. You're up.
With all this racket, who could sleep?
Everyone is rude.
So, is that okay with you?
Chaos is like anti-rude. He's like
Well,
annoyingly
it looks
not
like she
rude.
doesn't have any objections. So it's all up to you, Captain. What do you say? Think we ought to rescue them?
Well, if you say so. Sure, I don't mind.
Tony?
And who's on the outside?
Who's in the outside? What?
On the outside of it, hanging on.
Oh, that'd be another corpse.
I don't remember that part.
Excuse us. We...
I'm Captain Matthews.
My name is Shion Uzuki, and I'm from Vector Industries' first R&D division. And this is my coworker, Alan Ridgely, who also works in the same division. We do
Not even
apologize
friend.
for all the trouble our errant Cosmos may have caused you. Come on, Alan. Show them your gratitude.
Right. Thank heavens you were around to rescue us. We almost became space dust out there because of my stubborn boss here. Ah!
You ought to save your thanks for chaos over there. We were just gonna leave you and fly on out of here.
Oh, I see.
He's pretty rude.
Thank you, Chaos.
No, don't mention it. After all, we all need a little help sometimes.
That guy's voice sounds familiar.
He often saves our hides too. So, we can't turn him down when he asks for a favor.
I see. That reminds me. Hey, Cosmos.
Thanks,
and just what do you
Cosmos.
think you're doing? You left us and then tried to go to Second Miltia by yourself. Maybe your OS is malfunctioning or something.
Yes, that is possible.
By the way, what were the orders from HQ?
Captain Matthews, may I use the maintenance lab next to the hangar?
Just a second, Cosmos.
Yeah, sure. What for?
Cosmos?
Due to the limitations of the test-juice condenser, my energy reserves are almost depleted. I wish to receive a co-generator bypass in order to replenish them.
Hey! What is wrong with you? Answer me, Cosmos!
So, you'll cover the bill, right?
Yes.
Cosmo!
Shion,
Yes?
my sensors appear to be malfunctioning. Please adjust them before we disembark at our destination.
Why should I?
Please, Shion. This is part of your job, is it not?
I see.
I'm terribly sorry. The girl is just so stubborn. I do apologize for all the trouble she's causing.
It's all right. I'm actually enjoying it. This ship's much livelier with more crew members.
You got that right. We can always use some more women around here. How about it? Once we arrive, how about you and I get a suite and settle in with a nice bottle of wine?
He hasn't even said a word to her before that.
He is not safe.
Sure.
Run away.
All right, that's enough,
Good
Tony.
lord.
Never mind her, at least she's a real girl. The other one's not even human, she's battle weaponry.
You think so, huh? She appears to be just like any other human to me.
Captain, any chance of stopping at Sinir?
So he must have been attached
That's
to the
en route
outside.
on the column. 3 or so days from Italia. If that's your destination, sure, I can do that.
I see. And the fee?
Today just ain't my day, and getting greedy now won't do me any good. I'll just put it on the tab.
I appreciate it.
Ah, don't mention it. You're a Marine. Let's just chalk it up to my bit of charity for the Corps.
Oh boy.
No!
Gnosis!
I knew it! A couple of them are still lurking around.
Lurking.
It's coming in!
Son of a bitch!
Oh, what the fuck? Break the window. Oh shit. It's that pillar of ash stuff, huh?
I know.
Chaos!
Pillar of salt.
It's
Is that what I said? Oh, oops. Hey, Knob. Sucks to be him.
Hey, what's up, Dom?
Pink. He's got a innate Hilbert effects. Nope, it's even better than that. It just kills him outright, huh?
Yeah, he's beyond that.
The Gnosis.
What did he just do?
Well, that's what I meant when I said he looks out for us.
Looks out for you? How did he just do that? I've never heard of a human that can defeat Gnosis.
There are those who draw well, and those who run fast. Hammer's navigational skills are top-notch, and his knowledge of the net is vast.
Wait, what?
Tony's helmsmanship skills are unrivaled. No one even comes close. Or so he claims. The captain? Well, no one holds a greater amount of debt than the captain.
Ah, yes. Hey, wait a second.
I believe everyone has at least one skill that they excel in over all others.
Yeah.
It's something that defines who they are. Shion, what is it that defines you?
Way to dodge the real question there.
It's the same for me.
It's like, you can fly. How? Like, everyone can do something good.
That's all there is to it.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
I see. Right.
When you put
I
it
think
that
I get
way.
it.
Okay.
It sort of makes
No,
sense when you
I
put
reject
it that way.
that.
Yep, that's how it is.
That's all that... What the... How can you be convinced by that?
Thank you,
It's a
Alan.
Gnosis, Chief. A Gnosis.
Well, Captain, we'd better head for our destination before she throws us off the ship. The girl seems to be a stickler for schedules and all.
Man, oh man. So much for my grandiose plans. After
You're jumping
this job,
around.
I was supposed to pay off my debts, then head to Keltia to see the
Whoa,
Seraphim
excellent.
sisters live in concert.
Bah, you owe Master Guinan too
I'm
much. You'll
actually
never pay
surprised
it all
how
off.
apparently
Man,
popular
the
this game
Seraphim
is.
Sisters again?
Yeah, it's,
You're really
it's
hot for
Like when we
perplexing.
started with Xenogears,
Captain,
we
you
heard
don't
of a handful
actually
of
have to
people
go
started
all the
streaming
way out
it.
to Keltia.
And
Why
that
don't
kind
you
of
just
grew.
connect to the UMN and watch it later?
You moron. Getting a visual feed is nothing compared to immersing yourself in the real thing. There's a world of difference between the two. It's all about reality.
Who are you kidding? It's all the same. Your brain can't tell the difference.
Why, you... Hurry up and take us out of here.
All right, roger that.
Well then, I'll take Shion and the others to their rooms.
That's very kind of you.
All right, you do that. Damn. Today's been one hell of a day.
Master Wilhelm, I have a report from Cosmos. Xian Uzuki and Alan Ridgely have both joined up with Cosmos.
Satan Uzuki.
I see.
This is fortunate, especially since there's an unidentified ship closing in on the battlefield.
And if the ship were to threaten the girl, Cosmos would protect her. Is that not right?
Yes, that would be the prime directive.
Either way, it was a wise decision to pull back Cosmos. There's no need for us to continue serving them or the Federation any longer. Besides, the data for the Rhine Maiden is now complete. All phenomena are moving forward as specified by this compass of order. As for the rest, gather the necessary factors and wait for the other one to awaken.
What? Oh, okay.
It has a lot of this, because the cutscenes are...
Because of the cutscenes, right, yeah. I was just immediately confused by the logo. Popped up right before the save function did. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a drink. Whoa, what's happening? Doesn't look good.
Is it mill ship? First mill ship exploding?
It was as if billions of voices cried out in terror were suddenly silent.
Kinda like that.
What's 1.5 billion people to us?
They're innocents. Surely they deserve more respect.
They were
respect.
She looks like what?
Domina?
Save your philanthropy for someone that cares.
From one of the elements?
The experiment may have been a failure, but I've taken
Oh,
steps
oh,
to
okay.
recover the emulator. If the need arises, I'm
Yeah.
not against using the original either. All we have to do is repeat the process until we get results. Is this all too much for your conscience to bear, Pellegrini? In that case, feel free to reveal everything and wait for your death sentence.
What about you?
Me, tried in a court of ignoble commoners? Don't make me laugh. We are the ones who determine life or death. But wait. Pellegrini, are you telling me that you've forgotten everything we've been striving for these past 14 years?
Yep.
Commander
It's all
Markle.
gone.
It's kind of a long time.
What?
A message from Lieutenant Commander Vanderkamp, sole survivor of the Vanguard Force. The unit was decimated. The Zohar emulator unsecured.
Where's the Zohar now?
Location unknown, possibly seized by the Gnosis.
I see. Notify the 474th Spec Ops Fleet. We may need to implement Plan 31. Have them stand by in the specified coordinates for further
Order
orders.
66?
Yes, sir.
Implement 66.
It's very Jedi Council-esque.
It totally is.
What can you tell us about this man?
He was a Special Forces agent with the Federation Police, a counterterrorism specialist. Of course, that was over 100 years ago. Now he's a cyborg working freelance missions.
A cyborg? How anachronistic.
He's a relic from the days when they reanimated the dead.
Whoa.
They didn't have disposable realians like we do now.
Well, he's certainly got quite a resume.
Rumor has it, he deliberately seeks out missions with low odds of success.
Is he insane, or just fascinated with death?
Well, he's been
It's
given
like
a
a
clean
frog.
bill of mental health. It doesn't look like he does it for the killing.
Broke.
Advances in science have placed thousands of drugs on our shelves. And yet, we still let psychiatrists wield their influence over us. They use these assessments to validate their existence. I don't believe them one bit.
Mr. Clean.
Well, he's got an extremely high success rate. I think he'll be fine.
Sir, he's here.
Show him in.
Oh, that guy. He's a good character.
That'll be all.
Yes, sir.
Ziggurat 8, isn't it? Upon your death
Ziggy.
in TC-4667, you donated your body and chose to become a product of Ziggurat Industries.
That's correct.
Have you heard about the mission?
No.
Recently, we received information that a certain armed group has shown signs of resurgence. This same group was responsible for the events that took place 14 years ago.
The UTIC organization?
That's right. The information we've received from our independent sources has helped to identify the location of the UTIC organization's hideout.
This structure was originally a shrine for some long-lost ancient religion. It was eventually abandoned and remained uninhabited for centuries.
So, you want me to infiltrate and collect information on the group?
If that was all we needed, we would have left it to our intelligence agency.
Actually, to put it simply, we need you to rescue someone and return her to her rightful place. And technically, she's not human.
Just tell me what I need to know. A child? Is she a civilian?
She's a Realian, a 100 series Realian. You've heard of them?
The 100 series observational Realians, built specifically to combat the Gnosis. I've heard rumors of them, but I didn't know they were disguised as children.
Is this the first time you've seen the real thing?
Yes. But isn't Vector already mass-producing them?
This is a prototype. It will serve as the model for all future 100 series observational units.
So, what you're telling me is that securing this little girl takes priority over all else, right?
It helps that you're a quick study.
So, will you take the mission?
A cyborg has no rights. I cannot refuse your request. I will analyze the situation and let you know what weapons and resources I need. I don't mean to demand any compensation, but may I make one request?
Go ahead.
After my return, I ask that you eliminate the neural memories residing in my brain from my previous life.
That's not a problem. But it could be a difficult procedure with a body as outdated as yours.
Add as many synthetic parts as necessary.
What an odd request. These days, Realians are clamoring for human rights, but here's a man who wants to become a machine. All right, we'll make the arrangements.
Thank you.
I bet the human parts must
You
itch.
can get the specifics from her, Dr. Yuri Mizrahi, later.
All this talk of Realians and androids, cyborgs, and stuff makes me want to watch Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah.
Well,
Actually, maybe I should watch that before I start Cowboy Bebop.
It says here he committed suicide.
It's the first movie.
One shot in the head from his beloved pistol.
Did you say suicide? Can we entrust the 100 series to that man? What if his self-destructive tendencies arise?
Not to worry. He's been equipped with a safety mechanism which prevents him from hurting himself or abandoning his mission.
Pretty complex character. I like it.
He was brought back to life against his will. Once he replaces the rest of his brain with synthetics, he'll be a complete machine. Only then will he be legally dead.
How are you feeling, 100 series Realian?
Robotic.
The food here unsatisfactory. Even Realians require nourishment, you know. Are the Federation's 100 series Realians so ill-mannered that they don't even reply to simple questions?
I don't like that name.
Well, my goodness, pardon me. And what would you like to be called, Miss 100 series Realian?
I don't like strangers to be calling me by my
Starting
name.
the cyborg process.
Where are you planning on taking me?
That, I'm afraid, is not for you to know.
What will happen to me?
You're going to help us out. Machines like you exist to be used. What happens to you after that, God only knows. Assuming you people even have a god, that is.
All I can really do is seek out and
God
find
hates
the Gnosis.
robots.
I can't help you with anything.
That may be true, But this part of you is a little different. We'd like to have a word with the man you have hidden inside of you. In any case, you'd best be keeping yourself alive as long as possible. He will be arriving soon.
Slow process.
Mommy, I want to go home to the lab.
And that was what, like 30 minutes of cutscene?
It's possible.
Something like that.
We'll play that for 15, 20 minutes.
Yes, it would be. Can you, like, actually do the confrontations here and win? I don't even remember. I don't think I tried.
No, I think you can win, but I think it just causes unnecessary fights. Or like he runs away or something.
Knob says we just fight on the way out.
Yeah.
Oh no! How does that happen?
Damn it, a malfunction.
4 movements.
I see. So that 100
Oh, you actually pushed the button too.
Extensive amounts of research
Oops.
data left behind by the founder of UTIC?
Yes. It's data that could affect the entire fate of mankind.
That's annoying.
What is the founder's involvement?
The founder of UTIC was the same man who advocated the creation of that child, the 100 Series Observational Unit, Joachim Mizrahi. A madman who lost his humanity by immersing himself in science. You look as if you have something to say. Yes, you guessed correctly. He is my ex-husband. Do you want to know what it was like being married to a murderer?
No.
I don't know if anyone would have guessed that or would answer.
In any
yes.
case, It's certain that the
Yeah.
organization is frantically trying to get its hands on that data. I'm afraid we don't have much time to spare.
Understood. I'll be leaving tomorrow at 0600 hours.
Our hopes rest on you.
There's one thing I'd like to clarify.
Yes?
My instructions are to take the Realian to the Milshan star system. Yet she's registered with the government as your daughter. Why is it that you don't want me to bring her back here?
We're currently carrying out an operation based in the area between Milsha and Mictum. An operation vital to the human race. That's why I'm sending her there. That's all I can say right now. Besides, this way, I won't have to see her either.
Mama, no.
Miss Rahi, what a strange woman.
Very mysterious.
Clomp, clomp.
Pretty sure I'm here.
Oh boy. They're coming! Oh god!
They can't see. Oh god.
I will show you what a true battle is like.
What's that like?
It's like getting kicked in the face with a metal boot. Nice, he only took one hit.
The first rule of survival is to only think about oneself.
I think they're badass. If only they were like black metal.
Freeze!
No! He can't get you. Doom metal shoe. They're like the boots that they wear in the prison in Face Off.
I really wish R2 would work. That would be amazing.
Who goes there?
Your R2 isn't working?
No. Well, it's the
Oh,
same,
is it the same?
Yeah, it's the same
controller. Get a different controller.
Freeze!
That must be why you couldn't get out of your gear.
And react quickly. The first rule of survival is to only think about oneself.
It's kind of got like a Guyver elbow sword, but like not really. Just a variation to it.
Hold on a second. I think I have another controller right here.
Oh, good. Oh god. Oh. Controller rescue. Oh yeah, look at that.
Freeze!
There we go. I think this one works. Yeah, it works. What's wrong with the other one?
Well, you've had it for eon, so like,
Well,
eventually they gotta break, right?
I mean, I guess.
But yeah, you're not very like rough on your equipment, so like it should last for quite a while.
Take care of stuff.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be broken. I think I can fix it.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. Are you using another DualShock? Or you have to use a DualShock, don't you, for this game?
It's the original DualShock that I think came with it. It's like the basic gray one.
Oh.
So the other one was technically newer.
Oh, they made it right the first time then.
And I'm pretty sure I used this one less.
There you go. I haven't had too many controllers break on me, actually. In fact, I can't actually remember any controller of mine that has ever broken.
Well, that one seemed strangely specific because it's just the L2, R2 buttons.
Right. Oh no, you remember that turbo controller I had for the Super Nintendo that had like an extra it had the shoulder buttons, but it also had the shoulder buttons like next to X and or next to Y and B. No, it was Y and A off to the right.
I think so, because I think I had a very similar one also.
I think you might have had it too as well. And it had the manual switches for turbo mode.
Yep.
Yeah, those switches broke on me at one point.
Oh, I actually think I have it in one of the boxes. I could probably dig it up for one of the next streams.
Cool. But yeah, I like let it sit for.
Something wrong out there?
Oh, you did? Cool.
Shut up and sit down.
I let it sit for years, and then I tried to like flick switches, and they just snapped.
Oh God! So
yeah.
I
like,
haven't
oh, no.
tried
That must be where she is.
Yeah, be careful. They might do that on you.
I definitely have wish to live.
Yeah. And then I remember one time for a birthday, like I was like 6 or 7, I got wireless NES controllers, and they were really terrible. They just didn't work right away. Yeah, it was bad. Like they were like heavier, and like you had to like point them straight at the TV because there was a receiver that you had to plug in on like put it on top of your TV. So as long as you were pointing it correct, like straight at the TV, all awkward and stuff, it worked. But
so they were like infrared.
They I think they were infrared. Yeah, it must have been infrared. And it was terrible.
I didn't
the contact subcommittee sent me.
No, they were really bad. I'm gonna try to look up a picture of them because I haven't seen them in years.
Mommy?
Stand away from the door. I'm going to break it in.
Wait, you can't. They said an alarm would go off if I tried to force it open.
I guess looks can be deceiving.
There should be a master key held somewhere in this block. If you can find it.
All right. I'll be right back.
Well, all right.
Found it. check that picture out on Discord. I'll post it to the this too. It was they looked pretty cool, but it just did not function.
Oh.
You're walking, but you're still clonking everywhere.
Freeze!
Freeze! Nope.
Watch the enemy closely and react quickly.
Oh no, we did it.
Oh, you did? Good. Oh no! Nope. Dead. Dead ski. Well, we're pretty close to the end of our stream. You want to just call it here?
We pretty much are. Plus, I don't know where this starts off as. I think at the beginning of this.
Yeah. Loading.
Loading. Yeah. Beginning of this.
Oh. Ah, yeah, okay.
Correct.
Cool. Well, I think I'm probably going to do some streaming. Take a short break here. I'll be back in a few minutes for some more Yoshi's Island. Yes, hopefully I can get to the end of the game, mate.
Getting close?
I think I'm like 1 or 2 worlds away, so there might be one more episode to do after this, but I don't know. We'll see.
Nice.
Yes. Gotta finish that shit up.
All right.
All right. Well, yeah, thanks for everyone for joining in. We'll be back in a couple more days for some more Xenosaga.
Part 3 coming up. All right. Thank you, everybody.
See you soon.